Okay, hello again. Today we want to attempt this question. Closely examine figure 2, which represents the major parts of the alimentary canal or gut and the associated organs. Complete the labeling of the boxes in figure 2. So that is the first thing we're going to do. Okay, now these are the major parts of the alimentary canal. Right? So the missing components would have been the stomach and the ileum. At times, you will see the stomach, the duodenum, and the ileum combined and labeled as the small intestine. Right? These are the major components of the small intestine. We also have the jejunum, which is not often mentioned in exams anymore. Our accessory organs or associated organs would be the liver and pancreas. The purpose of the liver in digestion, the liver has a multitude of functions, but in digestion, the purpose of the liver would be to produce bile, which helps to emulsify fats. The purpose of the pancreas is twofold. The pancreas neutralizes the stomach acid in the food flowing out of the stomach into the duodenum. And the pancreas also produces certain enzymes involved in digestion in the small intestine. So, two separate functions there. In this part 2, place the symbols P, R, S, and T in the boxes in figure 2 where the respective activities described below take place. Completion of the digestive process, which will be the ileum, right? Digestion is completed in the ileum. Production of an acidic pH would be the stomach. Absorption of large quantities of water will be the large intestine. And the emulsification of fats, it takes place in the duodenum. Right? The bile is produced by the liver, but the bile is secreted into the duodenum for the emulsification of fats. And it's useful to remember, emulsification of fats is not digestion. Large fat droplets are broken up into smaller fat droplets. So this is really a form of mechanical digestion, along with chewing and peristalsis. Now in part 2, they want us to draw one arrow on the diagram in figure 2 to show where digested food is taken. So like we said previously, the digestion of food is completed in the ileum. Most of the food is water soluble and the majority is taken into the bloodstream at the villi. The capillaries in the villi which flow into a blood vessel called the hepatic portal vein. And the hepatic portal vein is what will transport the food from the ileum, or the area of the ileum, to the liver. And the liver would process the food, store some of it. So this is what I would have done. Single arrow from the ileum to the liver. There's no need to label the blood vessel. I have it here for your benefit. Part B asks us to identify 3 products into which food is converted during the digestive process and give a function of each of the products identified. So the 3 major products of digestion would be glucose or monosaccharides, right, which is the end product of carbohydrate digestion, amino acids, the end product of protein digestion, and then finally fatty acids and glycerol, the end product of fat digestion. In terms of uses, they can all be used as a source of energy, but you want to prevent repetitive answers. There are other uses to which the protein, amino acids, and fatty acids could be put. So while energy is a valid answer, they are all energy sources, probably not what you want to have as your answer for all three cases. So first, we're going to deal with glucose or the monosaccharides. The major use for these monosaccharides are energy production in respiration. There are other uses for glucose. At this level, I would stick to this use. You want to have common answers or well-known answers in your exam. You don't want to have obscure answers that may not form part of your mark scheme. So for glucose, I would stick to this. I would just simply have glucose as an energy source. In the case of amino acids are simply used to produce proteins. Now we are going to break down proteins during digestion to give them monomers, which are amino acids. And then we're going to take these monomers and produce our own proteins that we want. And that is the best use case for our amino acids. Now in terms of the fats are an energy source. All three components here are energy sources. The fats are needed for the efficient absorption of your fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. The water-soluble vitamins are C and the B vitamins don't need fats for absorption. You need fats for the production of your hormones. They have an insulating function. They have a protective function. They form a cushion to protect your vital organs. And in this section, the uses of the products of digestion falls under a topic called assimilation, which roughly translates to how do we use the products of digestion. And that's it for today.